Hey guys, good to have you all back. So today I quickly wanted to pop on to say hi and thank you. Yeah. And explain to some of you why I have been MIA for the past couple of days. Now I did put out a post on my community page and on Instagram. So I hope most of you already know what happened, what's been going on. But if not, guys, I'm going to explain and give you an update on, well, how I'm doing and how we are doing in our household. Okay, a disclaimer, lovies. If you have no interest in my personal life whatsoever, and if you're just here for the paper crafting and the tutorials and the giggles and my lovely upbeat personality, this is most likely not the video for you. I'm going to be very personal and candid. I might cry because I have sad news to share. But that's quite all right. I will see you in the next one. The next one, I am going to promise you, I'll be more cheerful. Not today. I also really needed some distraction. What better way to distract myself than to play with paper? So I have a pile of papers on my desk that came from a box that says sort out. I'm not going to sort it out. I'm going to go through it. Well, I'm going to do the story, what happened. And I'm going to play with it. I don't know what I'm making. Glue, scissors, paper. Let's just find out. Okay. If you're not going to stick around, sorry. See you in the next one. If you are going to stick around, apologies in advance because sad one. Get some tissues. I have some tissues. Yeah. Let me go through this and explain what happened. To make a long story short, guys, our cat, Daisy May, that you might know, the lovely snoring Daisy that I talk about all the time, she very unexpectedly died last Sunday. Yeah. Now, if you're not a cat owner, yeah. If you're a dog person, you don't like cats, you're like, really? And that's why you're so upset. Yes, we are very upset. We are actually devastated. It was very unexpected. We did not see this coming. And, well, we still cannot believe that this happened at all. So Daisy and her brother Jackson Lee, Daisy May, we call them the Texas twins. We've had them for 12 years now. I have had cats my whole adult life. I've always had cats, and for those who don't know, I am not able to have children. So when I found that out, I was like, my cats are going to be my children. That looks lovely. So, yeah, that's why my cats are babies. Yeah. I've always had a very common breed of cat, which is the European short hair. It's like the most common breed there is here in the Netherlands, mainly because of the reason they're the strongest breed and they live the longest. Yeah, that's why I have them. They're not the prettiest. No, they don't have any special qualities other than, well, be strong and live long and prosper. Yeah, live long and prosper. So that's why I always have had envelope European short hairs. Now, just to let you know, to give you sort of an idea, the last one of my babies that went to heaven, because Daisy's in heaven, I'm sure about this. She was 22 years old. Now, I do realize that is very old for a cat. Pretty. Extremely old for a cat. And Warner Brothers? And I did not think that these two that I have now would be that old. But 12 is not that old. Now, her brother Jackson, love this. Her brother Jackson, however, when he was born, he's been in and out of the vet's office. There's always something wrong with him, runny nose or whatever. Now, there's really something wrong with him because he has a heart murmur, so we need to monitor him. The lovely Daisy, she went to the last time she went to the veterinary office was when she got sterilized or whatever. She was 1 year old, and in all the time in between, she was never sick. Now, mind you, Daisy, well, she was a queen. The lovely Daisy She was a lazy cat. She just loved to take naps. We could all hear it with the snoring. She loved to take naps and sleep, and then be tired of all the sleeping and napping. So she loved snacks and sleeping. We absolutely loved her. There was nothing going on, nothing alarming, because we knew she wasn't like an active sort of cat. But about 2 weeks ago, I noticed when she got up from a usual napping spot to went to the litter box or to get something to eat or drink. Halfway through, she was like, "No, I'm gonna take a nap here." So she was more lazy and tired than usual. So we went to the vet, and the vet, our normal vet, did a quick exam. And she's like, well, her belly is a little bit tender. She might have an affection on her pancreas, I believe. But she wasn't really alarmed. She's like, her heart is normal and her lungs are normal. And she looks normal. And she's still eating and drinking. And here's some antibiotics and some painkillers. And see how she goes. And that did work for a short while, for a couple of days. She just, was her normal self again, so we were really relieved. But then last Saturday, and I'm not going to go into much details, guys, because that's going to make me cry a lot, and I really don't want to cry a lot. Oh, I made this the other day. Yeah, I noticed this is not going well, and it was on the weekends, and the vet was closed, of course. So we actually needed to go to an animal hospital last Sunday. We had to drop her off, leave her there. And they were going to do exams and such, and it's not nearby, so we went home, and they were going to call us with an update. So they updated us a couple of hours later, where they did a blood exam, and well, they told us, yes, this and that, and all the blood counts. I'm not a doctor, I have no clue. So I asked, is it serious? And they told us, well, this could be serious. Honestly, guys, I already knew it was serious. I have had cats for most of my adult life. And I know when a cat is really, really sick. My husband, however, this was his first cat. And he was still very positive. He was like, no, you're going to fix her up. She's going to come back. And we're going to do the things. I was trying to sort of prepare him. That might not be that positive. Yeah. So they needed to do an echo and a scan and whatever. So it wasn't really clear yet. And then at 8:30 in the evening, I got a call from a vet that told me it's pretty serious. They found cancer almost everywhere in her body. And they were sort of willing to do biopsies and trying to explain to us that they will not be able to operate to take away the cancer, because what it was in her, is it lymphoma? I don't really know, guys. English, not my first language. It was serious. They could not operate. They could put her through chemo, but it will not cure her. Now, a cat who doesn't want to eat because he didn't eat anymore, who does not want to eat, does not know what's going on. It's a cat. You cannot explain to her, we're going to put you on chemo, loves, and then you might live longer. That to us was just not an option. We just did not want, because she was in a lot of pain, we just did not want her to suffer anymore. And the vet agreed with us. So we had to make a decision to send her to heaven, to be with the Lord, and to wait for us. So we lost her this Sunday. If you ever had to make this decision for your pet, you know that this is one of the hardest things to do ever. But I feel, and that's our opinion, we were not left with any other option. She would not be able to feed herself. We needed to tube feed her, yeah, because she couldn't eat any solid foods. So we needed to tube feed her. And also, at one point, she would not be able to walk herself to the litter box. She would be on chemo. And then it would not cure her. It would give her time. Actually, it would give us time. Yeah. So making this decision was not for us. It was for her. And if you ever been in that position, you know that that is the case. You do not make this decision for yourself. You make it for the cat that you love very, very much. She's no longer in pain. And that's all that matters to us. She's, well, we're the ones in pain now, but that's quite all right. We need to live with the decision. It's a hard one. But it is what it is. Also, you can make this decision for them. And yeah, but we did not do this lightly. In case you're like, why did you not put her on chemo and whatever? No, it was our choice. Ooh, look at the pretty inside. It was our choice not to do this. We've spoken about it, and yeah, of course we struggle with it, but had to be done. Now, we have spoken about this earlier, yeah, because we always expected Jackson to go first, because he is, well, either sick or going there. On his way to being sick. So we discussed what would happen if we were to lose Jackson, and then we're left with Daisy. Now, even though you heard me talk about Daisy plenty of times, and I absolutely loved her, the diva, because she was a diva, was actually more my husband's cat. She adored him. They adored each other. She tolerated me. She tolerated a lot of people, including her brother Jackson, because some of you guys have been asking me about Jackson. How's he doing? What's going on? And he's actually fine. Even though they were brother and sister, they were not buddies at all. She tolerated him. And Jackson is a very happy-go-lucky fella. He lives in his own world, to be honest, guys. He's always cheerful and whatever. And sometimes he just went up to her and he's like, hey there, sister, how you doing? Let me, wash you behind the ears. And she would tolerate it for a couple of seconds. Then she's like, go away, peasant. Yeah, she was like this with, well, sometimes even me. Unless you were a man. She was such a diva. She was really, really into men. And she had good taste, because if we had company over and there was a gentleman there and it was a good looking gentleman, she's like, here I am. Yes, you may pet me now. It's just with men, and the handsomer the man, she was like, I'm going to lay here on my back. Yes, you can rub my belly if you want to. She was so cute. Oh my goodness. She had good taste in men as well. I mean, she loved my husband. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So you've been asking me in the comments, does Jackson miss her a lot? How's he doing? I think he's doing okay. He notices that something is going on, for sure. But mostly because, well, we're taking it out on him in a positive way. All our love and attention. And so he gets lots of cuddles and, yeah. He's getting all the attention. He's most likely living his best life. Now, I think he will miss her at one point. He's sort of searching for her. But I don't have the feeling he's sort of depressed or what have you. He's fine. Now, we had discussed, this is what I was going with, what would happen if we would lose Jackson. Now, I like to have multiple cats. Well, I like to have 2 of them. And because Daisy, however much I loved her, was not a very sociable cat. Yeah, she was sleeping all the time and snoring. But Jackson, on the other hand, is like completely focused on his mama. That'd be me. If I go to the toilet, he needs to come with me because, oh, God forbid, love. Mama, something's going to happen on the toilet. I need to rescue you then. So, yeah, he went with me everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I have a lovely space here for some of this. Yeah, some of this. So, I told my house, well, we discussed it. And I'm like, if we were ever going to lose Jackson, I really want to have at least one more cat that I can, cuddle all the time and is more sociable than Daisy. So we discussed this, and we never ever thought that we would lose Daisy first. That was just not an option. So told my husband, it is your choice. If you want to have another cat, whenever. Doesn't mean you need to have another cat now, but if you do, yes, I'm open to it. But because Jackson is still here, I don't have the direct need for it also. Some of you might be like, but she just died and blah, blah, blah. I know. Well, let me tell you, the last time one of my very favorite cats ever died, in my sort of world, in my imagination, I waited for months until I got 2 other cats because I was so devastated. And mind you, I was not with Tim back then. I was single. I was living alone. And I actually, it took me 11 days. And then I got Jackson and Daisy. It was not my plan to take 2 of them, both of them. Yeah, but I could not choose. And I was like, okay, both of them. So, and I really like having two cats, actually. I'm going to put this here. Why not? Just put it there. So the plan was, if we were to lose Jackson, we would get 2 kittens. Hopefully from another brother and sister. From the same nest. As to say, I'm even going to put on a sentiment. Why not? But I think I'm going to be fine. Love is spontaneous. Well, there you go. So it's up to Tim. He's like, oh, I don't think so. But we might have kittens in the future. And it is not disrespectful towards Daisy at all. Do not tell me, oh my gosh, how could you? Yeah, well, I could. I can. It's my prerogative. So, yeah. To me, it just eases the pain. I am very sad, very, very sad. My husband, however, is completely devastated. This is the first time that he has ever lost a pet that he was so attached to, and he's having a hard time dealing with it. Bless him. So thank you so much for all the comments, the well wishes. I tell him all the time. People are praying for us. Don't look at the back. And they understand and they share your grief, because most of you do know who Daisy is. You've seen pictures and you've heard her snoring. And you've been asking about my cats all the time. So yeah, he's having a very hard time with it. Bless him. Bless his heart. Do we need anything else? Tap. Tap. Just tap. Why not? I think there's also a little bit of a difference that I have the feeling, and this is very personal, loves. Sorry if this is oversharing. That I am still in sort of grieving stages for what happened to, well, I lost my mom 2.5 years ago. And I've never lost a parent because I still have my dad. I'm going to talk about my dad in a second. Yeah, I never lost a parent. I only lost pets, and that is heartbreaking. But then when you lose your mom, it does put things in perspective. Honestly, guys, it really does. And because I have managed to deal with the grief for my mom, I think that's why I'm handling it so well. Normally, I wouldn't handle this well at all. There would be kittens right here at this moment. Because that's the only thing that sort of eases my pain. I think in sort of the way that I'm dealing with losing my mom, there is also room for Daisy in that sort of routine. I have a routine. Yes, I'm allowing myself. Yeah, I'm allowing myself time now and then to cry and grieve for the loss of my mother. Yes, but I'm trying not to think about her every day and cry over anything. Yeah, and it's been 2.5 years. But most likely that will never ever go away, right? That's always going to be there. Same with cats. I mean, all the cats that I've lost, I could still, if I think about it, I'm going to talk about it, I can cry. Still miss them to this day. I don't have like favorites. Love them all. I absolutely love them all. So I'm doing okay grief wise. If I think about it, I'm gonna cry a lot. The pain that I feel more now is for my husband, what he feels. Oh my gosh, it's heartbreaking. It absolutely is. I'm gonna put it here, or sure. Why? Because you just can, and I want to play a little bit with paper. Now, while I'm getting personal, because a lot of you guys have been asking about my dad, how's he doing and such. He's actually doing so well. I'm so very proud of him and so happy for him. He's doing really, really well. I never in a million years thought that what happened now, would happen. Actually, my dad met someone. And, let's just say he has a girlfriend. My dad has a girlfriend. After being with my mom for like a million years, he met her when they were 14. Yes, and my dad's now going to turn 74. And he lost my mom. Well, we lost our mom 2.5 years ago. And he's like, I'm not ever going to be with another woman and blah, blah, blah. And, he met a lovely lady, exact same age. They have so much in common. And they're like really good friends. Yes, he's not going to live with her, marry her or anything. He just found a lovely companion. That's also, she's a widow and my dad's a widower. And they have so much in common. And it's a beautiful lady. I am so happy. People ask me, are you not mad? Or, of course I am not mad. She's not here going to replace my mom. No, she's just, bringing my dad absolute joy. And that's, a good thing. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what you do. If you bring my dad joy, I'm going to love ya. So we are loving her. Absolutely. I think I'm going to use this as a base for a tag. Did I do this straight-ish? No. Of course not. I need a little bit of background paper. Do we want to do this? Sure, a little bit of orange will go nicely. Yeah, so my dad is doing well. Yeah, he made lots of friends at the billiards club. And a lovely lady. They have so much fun. Spend a lot of time together, go on walks, out to dinner, and just talking about life in general. So thank you so much for all of you who've been asking about my dad for over the past couple of years. And I really didn't want to say anything. But it's sort of a visual now. Sort of as a girlfriend. It's still a little bit ridiculous to say my dad has a girlfriend. I mean, honestly. He's been with my mom since they were 14. But hey, life goes on. And I'm really, really happy for both of them. Absolutely. Dad's also very sad about Daisy because when Mom died 2.5 years ago, he lived with us for about 6 months. 6 months, and well, it's a man. Yes, very attractive man. What does your father look like? Do you know Sam Elliott? That's my dad. I know, a hottie. So I can imagine that his new girlfriend is like, if I ever going to have another man, that is going to be the one. Yeah, my dad, he looks like Sam Elliott, as he is now. Still very, very handsome. And Donald Sutherland. Yeah. We also jokingly called my dad Ronald Sutherland because his name is actually Ronald. Yeah, so it's a toss-up between the two. Very handsome man. Where was I going with this? Very handsome man. I don't know. Oh yeah, and that's why Daisy loved him, of course. So when he lived with us, every morning she was like, hello, grandpa, because, you know, he was the grandpa in the house because they were my kids. I'm going to put something on the back. I fussy cut these. You're going to use these. Yes, I want a creepy crawly. I'm going to put this in here. That does fit. I'm going to put this on here. I also think I want to use this one. Because that one, just be cool. It's not orange. It's not orange enough. Ooh. I have this lying on my desk. That's too sweet, right? Yes, too sweet. Too sweet. I have more. I have orange. There you go. Yeah, so he's like, oh my gosh, did not see this coming. And yeah, he's very sad about it. Very, very sad. And he also knows how much my cats mean to me. Now, normally, all the other cats that I've had and lost, they're actually buried in my dad's garden. The house that my parents lived in actually was the house that I used to live in for a couple of years. And then when I moved, they lived in my house. So they've been living there for, I think, about 20 years. Yeah, something like it, almost 20 years. Well, my dad now. And that time I lost 2 cats. And they are both buried there. So I was thinking, you know, to bury Daisy there as well. But my dad being 74, and in my opinion, he's going to be 87 or something like it. But you never know. He's not going to live there forever. So I actually did not want Daisy to be buried there. And because we this all happened at night, very late at night. We did not want to wait until morning. We were like, no more suffering. It's needs to be done now. Lucky happy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, lucky happy it is. We decided this time for her to be cremated. Yeah, so she's going to be cremated, and we're going to pick up the ashes and yeah, have her at home. And when we move here, because we don't think we're going to live here forever, even though I love my home, but don't think it's a forever home. Sentiment, please. We might move. True friend. And there you go, true friend. We're going to do the snippy snippies. We're going to snippy snippies. There you go. That's not the right angle. That's the right angle. So when we move here, we can bring her with us. She's gonna have her own shrine. The diva queen. Oh yeah. It's still very surreal. Still very much like, what happened? We also asked the vet, has she been, did she have this condition for a long time, or could we have done something? And actually the vet that helped us was the oncologist. She's like, no, this sort of cancer is very aggressive, very rapidly. She probably had this for only a couple of weeks. Well, it was probably sort of dormant for a while, but sort of the symptoms, when we started noticing it, that's probably when it was clear that it was cancer. So, because we were like, oh my gosh, could we have done something sooner or whatever? No, it was just sort of inevitable. So, well, it sounds weird, but that was very, very nice for us to hear. Because then you would not ask yourself, could we, why would we, and oh my gosh, had we not, you know, all that sort of stuff. But apparently, yeah, this, we could not have prevented this. It's just genetics. That's what the vet told us. It's just, you know, bad luck. Bad luck. Yeah. The Lillian was the cat that was 22 years old. We found her in a shelter, yes, and they found her on the streets. She was very small. She was a kitten as well. They found her on the streets, and for some reason, that sort of, oh, I forgot to put something on the back. That sort of made the cat stronger because she was exposed to everything, I guess. I don't know. I'm just, you know, trying to come up with a reason why she lived longer. And then the ones that are Daisy and Jackson, I bought at the pet store. Yes. And apparently the pet store do not sell very healthy cats. Is that it? I think that's it. Guys, thank you so much for letting me hang out with you today and allowing me to share with you. Now, I might have overshared. Some of you might think I'm being a little bit dramatic. But my husband and I, we read all the comments, so many of them. And we just noticed that there are many, many paper crafters that have cats and dogs and that have lost a beloved pet. And you shared with us that it is indeed heartbreaking and horrible, and that you share in our grief, and that helped us so much. Speaking of comments, thank you so much. So many of them. My husband and I, we read all of them. Thank you for all the well wishes and the condolences and the prayers, and especially all the stories that you shared about your own loss or your own pets. Lovies, if you're watching the video and you're also trying to look for the post on my community page or Instagram, it most likely has been removed. Not because we don't want you to comment on it or read the comment, because it has beautiful pictures of Daisy on here. And at the moment, she just keeps popping up on our telephone in our Instagram and YouTube feed. And we're not handling it well. We just break down and cry. That's the reason why we are going to remove the post. Speaking of posts, I do not know when I'm going to release this video. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm filming today on Tuesday, which is only 2 days after we lost her. I decided this is my plan. For me, the best thing to do is get back into normal as soon as possible. So you're watching the video now, which means I've resumed my normal schedule. Hopefully it is very, very soon. So if this is Monday, I'll be back again this Wednesday. If this is Wednesday, I'll be back again this Friday, and so on. Yes? Okay. Loves, thank you so much. Hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye guys.